So hey folks, and welcome to a nice evening ride, and also it's my last ride on the Triumph Rocket 3 GT. Now it's been an absolute wonderful week of actually putting this bike through its paces. I've taken it down to the MCN Festival and back last weekend, and I've put about 350 miles on this bike so far, and to be honest, it's taken probably a few days to get used to it, and that's because of the different seating position and foot position. But I can happily say after a week of using this bike that it's really impressed me. It's a fun bike, which I didn't expect. I thought it would be good on motorways and just straight roads, and it was great on the motorways going down to the MCN Festival, but it's actually more fun on the twisty roads. And while it has a lot of power, the highest torque engine in any production motorcycle and the highest capacity CC engine at 2.5 litre, it's an actual pussycat to ride, really is. The throttle's really smooth, and it's just really easy to throw around these bends. Now, one of the things that I noticed when it turned up was just the build quality, and every single component on this bike seems to be machined, or it's just so well made. I mean, if you look at the gas tank and the Monza style fuel cap, they've actually kept that Monza style for the oil filler cap, and also the radiator cap on this bike as well. It's got the best brakes on the market, with it being the Brembo Stylema calipers. Comes with braided stainless steel PU coated brake lines, which I know a lot of new bikes don't come with. So stopping power on this thing, to say it's a heavy beast, is really great. The headlights are really useful. I did take it out in the evening the other night, and with the dual headlights, all LED, as you can imagine, they're pretty good. So the wing mirrors on this bike, I can see what's behind me. I don't see my elbows. When I was on the motorway, I actually did a lot of filtering on it, so it's not that wide. And then you take a look at the rear swing arm and the shaft drive on this thing, just really well made. Now for 21 grand or 20k or just over, it gets pricey, but you get what you pay for, and the bike is really, and I'll keep saying it, well built. They've really put a lot of thought into this bike, and when you look at its competitors out there on the market, being things like the Ducati Diavel. Now yes, you can get a Ducati Diavel for just over 17k, the standard version, and then the S version is more like 20 and a bit, so similar priced really. But looking at both bikes, I think this is the most pleasing on the eye. The seat and the leg position, with them being forward on the GT, have really impressed me the most. I didn't think I'd get on with it, and literally within an hour of riding it, I did. And having gone down, you know, a long distance, 170 mile each way to the MCN Festival, it's the comfiest bike I've ever ridden. Now, I've had comments where people have tested this for an hour on a test ride from a dealership and not got on with it, saying it's a bit skitty on the corners and doesn't corner very well. I have to say it does corner very well, and I'll show you at the end of the video. You put it into the corner, it does hold the line, unless you're going a little bit too fast in the corner, then it'll tend to run wide. Obviously just due to the nature of being a cruiser and such long wheelbase. And then I've noticed on small roundabouts at very low speed, it's a little bit tricky, but you've just got to have confidence in the machine, and it does everything that you ask it. A couple of classics in front. We've got a nice 911. I can't tell from back here, but it looks like there's a really old Porsche in front of that. So yeah, my final thoughts. So on dislikes on this bike, the front screen. Now, I did a lot of motorway work, and up to 75 miles an hour, it's really comfy. Anything over that with the wind blast, and you find yourself, because you are sat back a little bit, you do find yourself pushed back by the wind, and it's a little bit of a strain on the arms. But anything under 75 on the motorway, and you're okay. Now, I'm sure somebody's making an aftermarket screen for this, and I kind of wish that Triumph had made this adjustable, just this little screen, if it just tilted up a little bit on the front, it would be a lot more comfy at higher speeds on motorway cruises. So that's my kind of only gripe with this bike, is that little screen. So everything else just works perfectly, and also so well made and machined. You know, you look at the rear foot pegs, it's very hard to find them, and when I was out the other day, I asked a couple of guys, you know, tell me where the rear foot pegs are, and they couldn't find them because they're just tucked away, and somebody's thought about machining the aluminium foot pegs and the bracketry to fold away so it's concealed. Absolutely beautiful detail. Really does take off nice. So you've got bags of power, but it's still a pussycat. You don't have to give it all the gas, you can just cruise along nicely. Even in town, the throttle is not jerky, not on and off. It's got a slip and assist clutch, so the clutch is really light to the feel. Also, the dash might annoy some people with it being a little space age, but yeah, I quite like it. I think if you test ride any bike, then you've got to take it out for longer than an hour. If you can talk to your dealer and get them to lend it you for the whole day, then I think if you're looking for a cruiser, test riding the Rocket 3. Now, whether that be the GT version that I'm on today, or if you want to test ride the R version, and basically the only difference is that the R foot pegs are more standard and they're not out in front. Your bars are a little bit different, and obviously you don't have the seat backrest. Actually, it's not really a backrest, it's to stop the passenger falling off the back when you accelerate, because it does pull hard. It's going to be a beautiful sunset tonight. So yeah, do I like the bike? Absolutely. If I had the money. So do I like the bike? Absolutely. Really enjoyed having it for a week. So thank you again. So thanks again to Triumph for loaning it me. And also, if I had the money, would I have one in the garage? Not as my only bike, but yes, I would. And it would be the GT, because I quite like the feet forward position and how comfy it is. The bike is very special in the fact, A, it's a Triumph, and I think the Triumph brand is very up there with known for quality parts on most of their bikes. Nowadays they're using Brembo brakes, top of the range brakes. Most of them have got braided stainless steel brake lines, so they're really putting top quality components on these bikes. So many people have come up to me and just looked at it and gone, man, that's nice, that's really nice. And even guys, there was a guy at the petrol station the other day came over and he said, look, he said, I'm not into bikes, but that is lovely. Yeah, it certainly turns some heads. So well done Triumph for making such an awesome bike. God, it's very busy all of a sudden. So the bike goes back in the morning, and yeah, I'm gonna miss it. So yeah, if you like the videos, guys, please give me a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to the channel already, we've got about 80% of the viewers that view my videos are not subscribed. So if you do like it, I'd appreciate if you could subscribe to the channel. It all helps grow the channel, and fully appreciate it. So thank you very much. So I'm going to leave the video running now while I head round these twisties, and you can just see what this bike's capable of on cornering and things. So yeah, take care and catch you on another video. you.